Hey, I got some funky hair going on. I don't know if you know this. So, a little bit of history. Before I was doing nutrition, I worked in a kitchen, but before that, I worked in the arts. I was a sound engineer for a long time, but between the sound engineer and the nutrition part, I was a radio announcer. Yeah, so it's always hilarious to me to see my face. I'm like, I'll talk. I'll make things entertaining. God, why do I have to look at myself? Anyway. Hey, it's me, your holistic nutrition practitioner, Luca, and I'm coming on because I happen to have a little window of time. I happen to have a little window of time before I see my next client. And so I just popped into my emails and I got this lovely email from an old, well, she's not old, but somebody I've known for a while who is putting together a new series of food leaders. And actually we've got a little something cooking. So someday that's going to come out of the woodwork. But she and I have something cooking. Or we just started talking about it, about food leaders. But this lovely friend of mine, she said, hey, I want to start in on this project from the get-go. I want you to answer me this one question because I want you to be the first person I will talk about with this, and then we're going to see where this goes off. So she said, can you answer me this one question? What inspires you to lead through food? Because the whole project and concept is going to be about leaders in food. So it's kind of exciting. It's going to take a while to come together, but the seed is planted. So when she sent me a message today, she said, hey, can you write back and just a quick blurb on what inspires you to lead through food? And so I churned something out in about 7 minutes and sent it to her. And I went back and read and I realized this is my manifesto. And I thought I should read it because I want to keep it here for posterity's sake before I chicken out. Because I have a really hard time talking about what it is that I do. I have a really hard time with how people perceive food. For some stupid reason, I take it really personally that people's relationship to food is so distant. I seem to take it personally when people are not interested in getting to know how their food can help and nourish and do all the work it does. And I seem to take it personally when people are not prioritizing this in their life. Only because I'm like, how could you not? This is what it is to be human. So I get a little bit mad. I'm having a hard time with my hair today. Anyway, who cares? Just close your eyes. It's radio. Good. Okay. I always say I have a face for radio. So I want to read you this manifesto. And I realize it came out in 7 minutes flat. It's like 2 pages long. It came out in 7 minutes flat because I've been mulling this over. I've been thinking it over. It is at the core of what I do. It is at the core of our project in Histamine Haven that I am co-leading with my co-founder, Tracy Reed. This is why I do what I do. I don't know if I would call it a leader, how I lead through food. Except that when I wrote all of this, I realized that's actually what I propose. And that I propose you become your own leader through food for yourself and for those who sit at your table. And it is no small feat. I want to be clear. Bringing in real food to the table and prioritizing real food in your home is not for the faint of heart. It is not only for the people who have a lot of money, and it is not only available to those who have time on their hands. I was talking to a client this morning and he said, yeah, I could do the whole colonoscopy prep program that you laid out because I'm retired and I have the time. And my first reaction, I didn't share this with him. Sorry if you're watching, my friend. But I didn't share at the time. At the time I went, what do you mean you didn't have time? This is actually not complicated recipes. This is just cooking everyday stuff. What do you mean? How is this so hard? And then I get mad because I think the way the world is, the way the culture around food is set up, the way Food Network is seething through every pore of our humanness. And we feel like making real food is unattainable, and making real food is something only for a select few people. And do you know who wins in that scenario? The food industry, the big packaged food industry. The people who are making the rules, the legislation, the laws, who are trying to push a vegan diet as the only alternative for all humans. Wrong. Vegan will not nourish everyone. It will nourish some people, but it will be short-sighting a whole bunch of other people. Just like telling everybody to only eat meat is not going to serve the entire population. There's no one diet that fits all. There is one, actually. Do you know what the one real diet is? The one food diet that will actually serve everyone? Eat real food. You get to define what that is. So I'm going to read to you this manifesto that I churned out in 7 minutes. Because I want to take a second to say, I'm actually really proud. I have a really hard time with my work. I have a hard time in not feeling like food is, and it's not my work, it's food. I take it really personally that people have a hard relationship with food. Ça me blesse. I don't know how to say that in English because it's not the equivalent in English. Mais ça me blesse. It hurts that people don't have or have a harried relationship with food, however that is defined for you. And this manifesto sums it all up. Oh my God, guys, I'm so passionate about this stuff. I know you know this. Okay, so Barb says, what inspires you to lead through food? So then I say, okay, well, I'll start with, as a holistic nutrition practitioner, I look to food to serve in one of 3 ways. The first one, food nourishes our bodies. It provides the nutrients and ingredients we need to function as humans day in, day out. Ovs. Number 2, food nourishes the bugs of our gut, our microbiome. And when we look after our microbiome, they look after us. It's really that simple. The third reason, I think food nourishes on a soul level as well. Quite possibly the most important part. See, food is about more than the science. It is about love. It is about bringing people together. It is about building bonds, celebrating cultures and our lives together with those at our table and those in our community. Food? It's how you pass on your family's culture. Ain't nobody can make a tourtière like my Acadian grandmama did, and now me. Food? Oh yeah. It is one of those love languages. It nourishes those that you invite to your table. Certainly does in my case. And food too, when you nourish a human, when you give them the tools so that they can fully express themselves and allow them to be who they are as a whole, as a part of a whole. Good food is not only for the elite. Good food is not restricted to the sector of society that has an abundance of time. Real food is what has nourished the people who came before us, that has fed the genetic code, that has brought you forward through the ages so you could be here today. Celebrating all that the culture of food brings to the literal and metaphorical table is about honoring our ancestors and celebrating the abundance and the gifts from earth. Being a good steward of food, being a good steward of the culture around food, is about honoring our place in the long line of ancestors. And it is about celebrating the riches of a healthy and vibrant Mother Nature. When you care about food, when you work at good food, real food, you are now acting in the best benefit of the people at your table, of the land you live on, of the farmers and agricultural and food producers you are supporting with your food dollars, and the regenerative possibility that can be in those choices. It is not a small feat. Food is not just dinner on the table from a box. If that's all it is, you're missing so much of the point, honey. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent, sorry. Let me go back to the manifesto. Food is what makes us humans. Food is what invites us to be a part of the whole. The concept of real food invites us back into the role that we play in the natural world. It's when we are a part of nature, not apart from nature. I love food so much, and real food is for all of the people, from all of the people, for all of the people who have yet to come. That's why I am so passionate about what I talk about. If ever you want some help to figure out how real food and you can get back together, it's not by accident I call my business Good Food Plus You. Good food is good. Good food is enough. Real food is enough. It's not complicated. It is not unreachable. And where good food and you can come back together, that's what my work is. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, bye.